Hey guys, this is Lily with InkPossible Things, and I know last time I was with you, we made our One Sheet Wonder mini journal, and I decorated this part of it. I think I've added a little bit more, like I added that little flower and I added a little dot to the flower using the Nuvo drops that Lisa carries in her booth. So when I made this, I also made a prototype. And this is the one that I've been working on to kind of fill so that I can get ideas for how to teach you. I mean, you know, you got to have a prototype, right? So I want to show you this one. It's very similar, maybe slightly different things. I did not use the paper that's in the kit for this one, but, you know, we're going to do that. So I did use some of the ephemera that's in the kit. So you can see it there. I taped the little banners instead. This one has these little banners here, and I ran string through them. But these, you just tape them across, and it gives you a little bit more hold there. Now, I gotta admit, this is a photo album of just my two chihuahuas because they're really super cute. But I had a bunch of these little pictures that I printed with my little printer, and so I just used them throughout. But anyways, this is Maisie, and then the black one is Olive, and this is my daughter with Maisie and Olive. These pictures, I did put a little bit of washi tape that I had laying around just to keep them down so that they don't fall out when I open the book. But this is our second page, and that's that little pocket right here on this one. And this is what I did, is I created two little journal cards, and I haven't finished journaling yet on these, but I wanted to show you these. This is just a little piece of lace and some of the, like the scrapbook paper, and I backed it up with brown paper from a brown paper sack, and I sewed around the edges. I'm not the best seamstress person, but I like the way that it looks when you sew around it. This is a picture of Maisie that I tacked down with some washi tape, and I used some of the ephemera from the one that comes with the kit. And I left it so this could be flipped up. I could write some stuff here, but I could also write stuff back here if I wanted to. I could put another picture back there. This is the other one here. This one, the ephemera is glued to the card here. And again, I sewed around, and I sewed with some lace in between. Actually, you know what I like? This is leftover cardboard that I had from one of those manila folders that I used for another project. So it's pretty stiff. It's that thicker manila folder, so it makes great backing for this. But these are the two little cards that I made that go into this pocket. Now when you flip it, I just used some of the stuff from the kit, you know, and then some stickers from add-ons, the add-on kits that Lisa has in her booth. But these are more little pictures, and then this is just a tiny little picture that I cut down and I glued to the back of leftover scrap that I had that fits perfectly in there. This is a sticker from one of the sticker kits that Lisa has in her booth also, and some more ephemera there. And then this flips over, and you can see that there's another sticker there. And then this is just tacked down. The little printer that I have, when it prints pictures that are this size, and the back of it, you can remove the paper, and it turns it into a sticker, so you can stick it down. I chose to stick some of these down onto the mini album itself. Some others are stuck to little scrap pieces of paper. Here's another one of Olive. And then in here, I made a little pull-out in this pocket in here. There's a little pull-out it's just 3 card pieces that I cut down to size, and I stuck them together with washi tape. This is a little pocket that I made. This is, again, a little piece of ephemera that's in the kit. This one is as well, except that I only glued half of it down so that I could stick a photo in there. And again, stickers from the kit. Again, this is, you know, these three little papers are just cut down to size, and it's a little bit thicker cardstock. So for this one, it's not the paper from the kit, but rather just some stuff I had laying around. So it is a little thicker than what's in the kit. But what you can do is take 2 sheets of paper, glue them down together, or glue one of our sheets to another, you know, a cardstock. And so you have something like this. This is more ephemera. This is from my tab punch, which I still have, I think, one in my booth. But I cut a tab from just regular scrap piece of paper. And then, oh, this goes, I like these little thingies here because you can slide a little picture in there. Okay. Now, the other thing that I did with this was I used the stamps, and you can see them throughout. And they went great with this paper, and they'll go really well with the print shop paper. But I used, I think it was, which one was it? Oh, it's not in here. I have it somewhere, but it's one of the stamps that came in the stamp set. And actually it's 2, because one is the outline and the other is the inside. Let me see if I can find them here. Okay, I found them. So there's this one. It's the bigger one. And then there is this one. It's a little bit smaller. And then that can be the inside. So I basically, I didn't use the big one, but I used these 2 right here. And I just stamped all the way around, just in random places. Sometimes I even stamped off the page, but you can kind of see them there. And you can see them, I used it throughout the album as well on areas that I needed. Some are stamped in pink, and then the inside is in brown. And it's using the Distress inks from Tim Holtz. So whichever one you want to use. But I just went around. Here's another one there. Okay, and just kind of stamped wherever I felt needed a little more decoration. So I really like these stamps. They're very, very cute. But anyways, so again, these are 3 sheets of paper that I cut down, and I rounded the corners on this side, but I just stuck them together with washi tape. And this little album goes right on the inside here. Oops, gotta make sure I get that picture on the inside there, the back. There we go. Okay, goes in there. And then this is a pull-out. Now, if you notice, on our regular album that we built, we only have this little tab here, because here's the pocket, and here's this. So what I did was I just cut down a strip of cardstock down to I think this is 4 inches tall. I cut it down, and then I glued it. You can't see it on this side, and you can't see it on that side because I covered it up. But this right here, this pink, is like this tab that you see here. Okay, and I glued to the back. I glued my strip to the back here. So I just scored those, and you just got to decide which way do you want it to fold out, you know, to accordion out. If you want it the other way, like this way, you just fold it that way, or if you want it this way. And I just kind of played around with where I was going to add the folds. But it, you know, it's a great place to glue down some other little pictures. This one, I put a little flower that came in the kit, ephemera kit there. And again, more of those little flowers stamped around, and I put a picture there. And this one, when it closes, it tucks into there so it kind of doesn't flap open when you open the album. And then again, another tab and more stickers on there. When you fold it over this way, I've got more pictures of Olive here. And this is just a torn piece of paper sack that I had laying around. I just needed something to kind of break up and make these pictures stand out a little bit more. But I love the pattern, but it was a bit much. And then I did add, I have leftover washi from the 49th and Market kit, and that just went really, really well with this color of paper and everything. So that's what I used. And then over here on this last pocket, which would be, let me see. Oh, I flipped it on this one. Let's see. Yep, and this one I flipped the pocket to the inside. This one has it right there. But I added 2 more cards, the same kind of cards that I made with, you know, like in the front. And these are tacked down with washi tape. And you just flip them up. You can write something on the bottom. Again, more flowers. And these are sewn. And again, more of that manila folder. Flip them down or up. There's another picture of Olive. And these tuck in right here. So today, what I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you actually how to make these cards. They're super easy to make, super simple, and you can make as many as you want. And they're going to go on the inside pocket here, or actually they're going to go in here, and we are going to put them back here. So let's get started. Okay, so for this project, we're going to need some ink and a way to stamp around your edges to make them look a little older. Also takes the white away from the edges when you cut your paper. A piece of cardstock, and I've chosen this paper, and it's got this backing on it because I think it will look really, really pretty sitting in here. It coordinates, of course, it coordinates really nicely, but it's such a cool color. Plus, it's also going to go with the little bead things that I already have and some of the greens that I've already added. So Lisa hasn't gotten the washi tape in yet for this kit. So I'm going to use some leftover that I have from 49 and Market from the last one of the kits that we've done. So I'm just going to use this one here. You're going to need scissors and glue, and if you have a sewing machine and you want to sew around, that's perfectly fine. If you don't, I do have this this cutter, this punch that punches, and it makes things look as if they're stitched. You can punch through both the cardstock and this if you want, or you can punch through just the paper and glue it onto your cardstock. And if your cardstock's a little darker, it'll look like it's got a stitch going through there. The other thing is you'll notice that I have lace here. I don't intend to use lace for this one because I don't have enough long pieces. However, I went to the thrift store today and I found this scarf that was made of this material here. So I just cut off a piece, and I think it's gray, and I think it'll go good with this. But I think I'm just gonna glue enough to kind of bring this out along the edge there. And I think it'll work. At least it'll make it look a little more interesting than the lace. But you're welcome to use lace or even cheesecloth if you have some. Or, you know, find an old shirt of interesting, you know, it's got interesting material, and just cut off a little piece, something that you're not going to use anymore. Okay, well, I think that is all we need. So let's start putting these cards together. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure the inside pocket because I did apply glue here, and I need to know how big to make my card. So this pocket is going to be on the safe side, I'm going to go with 3 1/4 inches, and the whole thing, I think I'm going to do 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, and that gives me a little area here for this part. So like when we stick this here, that leaves that. This card here is 3 1/4. It's 3 1/4 by, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let's just do that. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to cut these two down to that size, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've cut down my card. This is what I have left. I'm going to set that aside. And I cut 2 strips of 3 1/4 inches. And then I cut those down to 3 1/4 inches, and I ended up with 6 little pieces of card. I did these little ones we're just going to set aside, and I did the same with the white cardstock, and I have 6 pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair them up, and it's okay if they don't line up perfectly right now. What we just want to do right now is we just want to glue these down. But here's what we're going to do. Before you glue that down, you're going to take your strip of material and you're going to measure, and that is about right there. And I think I can cut this into thinner strips, and it's okay if it's not perfect. But this is how you put them together. And it's okay if they're actually a little longer too. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue my material down to the white piece. And then I'm going to apply glue to everything. And I'm going to put this over it. We've got this little piece that doesn't quite line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that down. And actually I'm going to do it with the paper cutter because it'll be faster. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is all nice and trimmed. And I found some evergreen bow distress oxide that I think will look better than the brown along the edges. But oops, one of the things that I want to do is I want to round these bottom corners first. I love these corner rounders. You can pick whichever size you want. But there we go. And then we're just going to ink up around the edge. And I'm going to do the top here, and then I'm going to do the other side. Kind of distress it a little. So it doesn't look quite as white. There we go. Oops. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew just around the edge. And on my samples here, I went twice around. So I'm just going to play with the machine and just see what it looks like. I think I'm going to use a blue or a green thread just to kind of match the color there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I've just sewn around the edges here. And as you can see, I'm not that great at sewing anymore. I used to be really good, but you know, it's been a while. But that's okay because I kind of do like that messy look here on these cards at least. If I was making something to wear, I definitely would not want it to look like that. But anyways, all right, so we've got this. I'm going to set this aside, and that's just our first card there. It's going to tuck in nicely here. And to put a picture on it, I've just got this little picture here, right here. I can cut the top off because I kind of want it to be between the string. So let me cut off the top there, trim it down a little bit. Okay, and now it fits better, and I can put it on here. And all I'm going to do is take a little bit of washi tape. Let's see. I think this one is going to work. I can't wait till the washi tape for this kit comes in because I bet it's going to be really, really pretty. But let's see, we're going to go all the way across the top here. And if you go all the way across the top like I'm doing here, when you try to flip it up, it's going to flip up the washi tape too. So what you might want to do is just trim to the top of the picture so that you can push this down, and flip up the picture there. Okay. So now that we've got that, we need to add something to the side or just kind of dress it up a little bit. And let me see what our kit has that we can use. I know this kit has so many cool little pieces of ephemera in it. It was bigger and I've been kind of cutting it down and using it. I used it throughout the other photo album and I really like it because it's got some really cool stuff on there. So I think we're going to cut one of these and I'm going to go with the blue one. Oh my gosh, there we go. We're going to ink it up. My dog, Maisie, the picture that you see there, she did not like having that hat. But I think in the wintertime, she gets so afraid of the wind when it's blowing. But in the wintertime, when we go out for our walks, I think she's going to really like having it. So I can tack this down under here, but see how it kind of blends in? I think I'm just going to put it right above here, just like this, and then be able to flip the whole thing up to write something or, you know, just to make it look cute. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue down on the photo, tack this on there, make sure it doesn't go past the edge there, and that's it. We've got our first little flippy photo. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do something different. Since this is a card, it's sewn around, and it makes it nice and thick. I think what we're going to do with this one is we are going to turn it into kind of a little open flippy thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these two up just like this. Take some thicker washi, and we're going to go up the middle here, and I am going past it, if you'll notice, this way, so that it now folds like this, and I'm just going to trim off the edge here. Right there. And then we're going to do the same thing over on this side. Take the washi, go down the center, fold it and crease it. Crease it really well. Cut. And if you find that your papers are a little bit uneven, just trim the edges. Like mine, I can see this little white part right here sticks out further, so I'll trim that. But I'm going to fold this down really well, fold it down on the inside, and now I've got a little kind of a little booklet. So let me trim this down and then we'll decorate the front. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and round off the edges. I just really like rounded edges. And if you're looking for a corner rounder, I think I have one more left in my booth. I'm going to round out, I think I'm going to round out both the inside and the outside just to give it a nice polished edge. And we'll go ahead and do the back. And now this has turned into a cute little booklet, and we can put a picture here, some journaling stuff over here, talk about what's going on in the picture, or we could just leave this empty, put the picture there, journal on the back, or not journal at all. It's just something pretty cute. But let's see how we can decorate this one here. Glue, and I'm going to apply just some to the top and some to the outer area, but don't apply glue there, otherwise your little paper clip won't work. So we're just going to glue it down here, and I'm going to go up as high as I can, just like that. Oops, I got some on the back. Silly me. Here we go. Now this little picture fits in here. And now let's see how we can decorate the front. Oh, that's cute. Even that by itself would be super cute, but let's see what else we can find. That I'm going to use here, and I think this is going to be really cute. I'm going to take my pencil and mark where I want this, and I want it there. Yeah, right there. Now it's kind of going to interfere, but that's okay. I'm going to punch this. Punch the hole there, and I'm going to take one of these grommets or whatever they're called. I'm going to put it through here. First, I'm going to ink up this thing. You can't really tell, but I'm going to run it through there. And then there it is. There it is. And now this can slide a little bit, just like this. It's nice on there. You might want to put a piece of washi tape over that, or you can even take a piece of cardstock and put it over, or just decorate over it. But I like this. And let me put my thing back on my glue there. And I think I'm going to put the little butterfly because it's so cool. There we go. And that doesn't even, it's just sticking to this part here. And let's see, this little one can go, yeah, that one's kind of blending in too much. I need some contrasting paper. So let's see, that's too weird. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I don't like that at all. How about this little heart here? I'm just gonna put this one up here. And then this little picture is gonna go in here. A little Maisie picture. And let's see what we can do to cover this up here. Like that, and that'll help cover that up. And now that leaves our little dog here, and this fits. And now where's my little book? My little book is right here. Oops, I lost this one here. That goes here. And now this can slide either this way. Oops, let's make sure we don't tear anything off. This can slide like that in here. And then we have the other little card that's going to go in the back. So now I have two Maisie pictures in here. For this one, I'm going to use my tab punch, and we're going to put a tab up here. Let's see if I've got an example of one that looks like this, like that little tab right up there. So there's two ways you can use this punch. You can just slide the piece of paper in like this and line it up. I line up the edge of the paper with the bottom of the punch, and then you can just punch, and you'll have just a single punch. One side looks like this, the other side looks like that. Okay, we're going to take this, and I'm going to slice a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can do it like this. Okay, but I gotta cut this part off. Here. And what I do is I take this and I try to slide it under so that the fold or the top is going to be, my paper is going to be just under the top here so that it doesn't cut. And I think I need to cut this down just a little bit more. So it's a little bit tricky to try to get it done in there. But once you got it, oh, the punch, the tabs are just so much cuter. So I'm going to slide this in all the way. And then see that? I want that part, the top of my paper, to be just under the top of the tab. So I got it here, punch it through, and now I've got a folded one, and I actually want to do this way. And then you just take your bone folder, crease it down, and now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this to the back of the card, but also to the inside, so that this sits on the top, just like that. You can also just glue it, both of these to the inside, just like that. But I like it the other way, where I'm going to apply glue to the whole side on this side. And I'm just going to go, to where you think you need to go, so it's not too far down on the paper. Oops. Right here. Make sure it's on there straight. And mine is not on there straight. There we go. And then, oh my gosh, let's try this again. Here. Okay, and then this, we're gonna glue it down. Just like this. And we're gonna put this over it. Or like I said, you can have this under it, this part over this part. And I want it just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to trim all of these edges, so I'll be right back. Okay, next I'm going to see if I can round the corners. At least I can round the bottom ones here. I don't think I can get my punch in to do these, but that's okay. I like it like that. It is a little bit off, but I am okay with that too. So now I'm going to sew around it, and that'll help hold this in place. So I'll be right back. Here we go. I've just sewn around. I'm just going to trim these little pieces. And there you got it. Now we can put something. We can glue a little something, and I just saw some stickers. For this one, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the sticker back, put this on here, and this one is done. And now this can go in the back, just like this. Look at that, fits perfectly in there. Okay, so we just got to make one more, and I think the last one I'm going to make is one that's going to look like this one, because I think this is super easy to do, and I really like this little fringe thing. So that's all I'm going to do. So for this one, I just did the same thing as the other one. I glued a little bit of that old scarf that I found at a thrift store, and then I glued a little piece of brown paper there so this would not blend in so much. I'm going to go ahead and tape that down here, but I wanted to do a flower here so you could see this really cute flower. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the evergreen bow, stamp this up, and I'm going to go off the paper here just a little bit. There we go. And now I can take some of this brown, and there's just things I have on my desk, and we're going to stamp in the middle. So now it looks like this. And now when I lay this on there, it's not quite so plain, and I can put a little word there from, let me see, let's take this off. I'm going to put this down on here, just like this, and then I'm going to take one of my sticker things. Just you and me. I like this one. Just you and me. And it's going to go right under here. And I could probably add a couple little more decorations from the sticker pack. But I think here's a little butterfly we can put on the end there, here, right here. There we go. And maybe a little heart. I'm going to put a little heart right here on the picture itself. And there we go. We've got 4 little cards that we just made that we've added pictures on. Oops, we did this one. And that's the one that flips up. And you can write on the bottom or put something else on the bottom. We did this one with a little book and the little card that can move sideways there. It's a little book. And then we've got the paper clip that goes up here and holds that picture, and we can journal in here. And then this one I just showed you, and this last one with the tab and the journaling you can do on the back. So those are the 4. I hope you enjoyed this project today, and I can't wait to see what you do.